Hello, I'm Arlene from Craig. I develop and implement education and outreach programs for freestanding policy research organizations. I also manage conferences and publications production. My current work involves university-community partnerships, or sometimes they're called academic activist coalitions. And these are collaborative working relationships between a university or another institution of higher education and community-based organizations. The program that I'm proudest of, I guess because I had the most fun doing it, and because I think we had the most impact on the community, was DC Girls. DC Girls is a multicultural arts program for girls who are just reaching adolescence. They're girls that are usually between 10 and 13 years old. We targeted girls, particularly young girls who are African American or Latina, living in metropolitan Washington, D.C. And our purpose was to help the girls learn more about their culture and also about the culture of girls who are their neighbors, but with whom they may not hang out and with whom they may have misunderstandings or they may have stereotypes of their neighbors. This program is run by the Union Institute Center for Women. It's a very non-traditional university. It's a university for adult learners. And the Center for Women decided that it would have a program with the community that would really show what the current scholarship is on girls and the university. I recruited the girls for this program. I stood on church steps. I met with their parents at libraries. And I also visited community-based organizations right on their home turf and persuaded them it was okay to let go of their babies and to be with us for this one-year program. We divided DC Girls into 3 sets of workshops. The first one was the tradition of quilts. There's an African-American tradition for quilts and a Central and South American one. The arpieres, which are the South American quilts, generally are much more political in nature, and they tell the story usually of political oppression in very clear terms, and they were often used as an expression of certain wrongs in the country which people did not have, when people did not have other outlets to express it. African American quilts generally take a much more wide-ranging form, and they could either be based upon certain repetitive geometric patterns, but more often they would be really left up to the imagination of the creator. So I recruited a bicultural team of teachers. We had a bicultural classroom full of girls, and they set to work. The second part of DC Girls really focused upon a non-print media, media that was music videos, perhaps movies, and television, the kind of media that girls are most likely to get their information from. And what we would do is have the girls select certain music videos that we would discuss and analyze, although we never used that term. And we also selected ourselves certain movies we would have the girls watch. And we really tried to encourage a very free discussion about the kinds of images of women and girls that were portrayed in rap videos and movies. Ironically, a lot of girls were about 10 years old at this point, and the movie they chose to watch was The Women of Brewster Place, which had been produced 5 years earlier. And when you think about it, it's not a very current movie by their standards, and it was over half of their lifetime ago. But this is the movie they chose to watch 2 or 3 times, and really talk about things that were very central to their lives. The culminating part of DC Girls was their performance at the National Museum for Women in the Arts. And we created a music video of the sort of the girls' performance at the museum. We asked the girls originally to write a journal of this last portion of DC Girls, and we would base their performance upon the journal. But I think some of the issues were too painful for them, so instead we decided to adapt a folktale, The Girl Who Sat in the Fork of a Tree. And so we had the girls make some of the sets. They were minimalist, but they made the tree, and they made the doll, again following their own traditions, who sat in the fork of the tree. So we invited the parents and their families, and we had a wonderful performance at the museum. And afterwards, we had a reception for the girls. And out of this, we produced a 30-minute videotape, and we gave that to each of the girls. And I think I've discovered what I'd like to do in the next stage of my life. I really enjoyed being executive producer. It was fun. It was a great video. And we provided a service to the community. And that was Easy Girls.